Hey guys, Bitcoin versus Tether. So that's the dollar. It's kind of the dollar. It's Tether, but it's Poloniex, and we like the volume on Poloniex, so we work with that one. We had a great trade there when we got in short on a relative low too, and we had a very good overperformance run. Big sell-off, marginally higher high from here to here. It was a beginning of a concern for us. Big sell-off again, so it was the second heavy sell-off, but that was falling wedge, which set up the rebound, a recoil rally, but then it sold off quite deep again, better part of about 80% of that up move. This started to look like it could go either way in terms of up or down. We postulated that that might be a high 3, that might be a low 3, and that this was an upside break. It broke for a very small while, couldn't hold, churn, was looking really slow and sluggish, started to run that low and then started to really spill. We realized the game was up, and this low 3 that we thought was a possibility of an upside would probably be run. It was. Then we had a rally. We've realized as a result of all this price behavior, some of the clues like the marginally higher high, a lot of the big heavy strikes that have been coming in are pointing to a turning point where we will have probably our first inverted HVF in a downside trend, inverted Hunt Volatility Funnel in the first move of a downtrend, which could mean the whole meaning. What does that all mean? Apart from this target of 1512 being a potential target, the move as a whole could overperform this and trade lower, right lower. How much further lower? We don't know. We don't have geometry for that. You have overperformance bands. Why are we getting a bit of a bid in a minor rally now? We've run our first interim. That's that distance from there to there projected from our axis line. Where is the axis line? Almost identically on the 2-3, and then just a touch below as we started to lean down. So the battle to hold on to 2-3 has been given up, and now we're down at 2076. Quite possible for you to get a rally all the way back to the funnel levels up here at 2-2. Quite possible. Previous supports can turn resistance again, and you can get a return move, second chance. But I'd be, it doesn't always have to happen. It could just be a weak rising wedge that doesn't get all the way there, and then the next slam down level is down at the 1830s. So for many people, when we flipped after we saw this level was going to run over here and said, no, it's definitely a bear move. This was too slow a start. We never got off the ground on the upside move. Also, these were very convex, these tops. In other words, rounded tops and then very abrupt sell-offs. Rounded tops, abrupt sell-off, a rounded top and abrupt sell-off. So it's just showing that instead of having that concave bottoming type feel, it's quite spiky on the bottoms, which implies the volatility is expanding on these sell-off moves. What you really wanted to see is a proper volatility squeeze. Anyway, so this is my take for Bitcoin. So not only do I have a target of 1512, I think it can surpass that by some way. That is going to be bearish for the Bitcoin. I'm going to come back at you in a couple other opinions on Ethereum versus Bitcoin and Tether, etc., and other coins as well. So I'm going to separate the clips, and I'm going to say, if you want to be part of our base camp, our cryptos, where we highlight our views on all crypto coins. This was our take on, for example, one of our students' take on Bitcoin over here as we were starting to revert to the bear side. You can see all the inverted jaws that have been coming up. We've been postulating it. That was one of mine, showing that we were expected to flip now to the downside spill. This was before the low 3 had run. We decided that that clearly was showing too much selling power. You can come and be part of the community that recognizes these things early. Couple of volume charts for you as well. Big volume on the defense of these lows. So that means we're leaning on these floors here. We're leaning hard on these floors. There again, leaning hard, and then the spill has now come from this morning. Some views about how far we might fall. You can see how much we've traded away from the long run move up, and how what each pullback level was. Last one in just through the 900s. That's a nice chart from Andrew. Looking for a couple of others in other threads. Anyway, so that's Bitcoin. If you want to find out more about becoming part of the Basecamp community and doing the trading metamorphosis program with reference to particular crypto investments and FX, get in touch on support@themarketsniper. And that's our take, and we're done. Enjoy the clip. Please rate and share if you get any value.